going to scoop it all up into one here. Hope things are good. I am doing the individual readings, individual zodiac sign readings for the Patreon tier. That will be posted this weekend, so you'll be able to see those if you're part of Patreon. So thank you to those who made that suggestion to scoop them all up so you can watch all of them. Get them all at once. Woo! All right, let's see where we go. The astrology class is happening this Thursday night. If you're wondering, it's a basic class about how to look at your chart, how to get some information from your chart, just how to understand what it is. And also, I'm going to share with you some information that I've learned about finding twin flame in your chart. I also have a little bit of other stuff around psychic capabilities and relationships in general, love, career, stuff like that. I just want to show you how to look at that and what to look for. So if you want to sign up for that, you are welcome to do that. In August, we are going to launch another round of the spiritual business class to start live classes in September. But before you get there, those are master classes. You'll get the recordings of the previous, the best of the spiritual business class, which has been, I don't know, just something that grew and grew and grew. So if you want to be part of that and want to have your own business based on your calling, whatever your calling is, that's how I'm terming the spiritual business class. It's based on your calling. If you want to understand that, I'm going to be doing a beginner's section that will help you understand what the calling is, okay? So look for that stuff to be available to you starting next week. You can sign up for either of those classes or both. We're going to do the big beginners first and then the regular spiritual business class, so you could do both if you wanted to. All right, let's see where we go. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. No. Feel free to swap around the characters as always. I could be talking to a cross watcher. This is a general read, so I hope something is in here for you. Whoops, come back here. Yin energy. Observer, there's your Aquarian energy. Serendipity. Jupiter, good luck. This is not about taking action. This is about seeing patterns. Okay, this is about seeing patterns. This is about sitting back, allowing, manifesting, opening up to the possibilities, letting go, surrender, all of those things. Especially the observer one. It's like you're looking at yourself, you're looking at your habits, you're looking at what is going on in your life, and you're like, hey, you know what? This really stinks. I don't like this as part of my life. I want to get rid of that. Making some good decisions right now. Okay? And when you do that, the road is going to rise up to meet you. When you really see the things that are blocking happiness, that's when things really open up. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles underneath. Confidence, increased confidence. Lovers, Gemini energy, Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Libra, Justice energy, Six of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Seven of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, my darling. Strength. Leo, Lion's Gate. All right, so some choices that you're making based on your own needs, your own desires, what it is you want to manifest. Where are you going here? Like you're done just being unconscious about things. I do feel like there is some kind of awareness in you about past patterns that you may not have seen in yourself. Okay, you may not have seen yourself causing some pain, causing you to be out of balance. These are mindsets about giving and taking. What is okay? Okay, so So this can be a delicate balance. Learning to balance how much you give in relationships versus how much you receive. Learning to see when, hey, what I want is impacting the ability of other people, and it's like, I don't care, right? These kinds of things, when you're doing things more, there's one thing, it's hard, I think, it can be more difficult, especially for people who are people pleasers, to balance the thing I need for my happiness with being a selfish person, okay? When you're doing things out of purely like, this is how I want them, this is what I expect, this is what is right for me, and that's all well and good. How do you balance that with the needs of another person? How do you balance that without being a jerk? How do you balance that without being overly, hey, you know what, I want Italian tonight for dinner, so all y'all just gonna have to deal with it? How do you balance that without being a people pleaser, right? Because there's the extremes of those things can be a little bit difficult, especially if you've been on the people pleasing side. Okay, because what tends to happen is you can go way to the other side of like, no, hear me roar, I'm doing what's right for me. And then you understand you need how to be doing what's good for you without it really impacting other people in a super negative way, right? And so instead of it being more active, it's more of a creating boundaries kind of thing. Like, what is it that you won't do? Well, I'm allergic to seafood, so that's something that feels like a deal breaker to me in terms of going to that restaurant. But what would be good for me is to have, I love Italian, I love Chinese, I love Mexican, I love salads, and I love all protein that is healthy for me. Whatever it is. If there's too much stridency, like especially if you're in, a one-to-one thing, I feel like that's what's happening here, is that sitting back, having confidence in the fact that, hey, yes, I just was able to understand my own people pleasing. I'm not doing that anymore. Screw that, like that kind of thing, with negatively impacting people, and you're not really intending that to happen. But it's kind of like a moderation, right? So I'm not cycling back on my own needs, okay? I need to eat dinner. I need to eat dinner tonight. Does it need to be Italian? Really? Does it need to be Italian? No, it doesn't need to be Italian. It needs to be food that will feed my body. Okay, so do you have multiple choices about how you could eat? Yeah. So other people can have a choice too, or so other people can also feed their own needs. It's not like we're Italian or we're not eating dinner, right? Like, that's not real. And that is over on the other side of the spectrum. So when you balance out your toxic people pleasing, codependent thing, and you're learning this for the first time, you're like a giraffe, baby giraffe. And a 16-year-old boy who's grown 2 inches over the summer. They don't know how long their arms are, right? Like, it can require you to moderate yourself a little bit, in the sense that, okay, what are my needs versus what are my wants? Trying to understand the difference between those two things. I think the food analogy works. Do you need to have Italian? No, but you do need to eat. Okay, so what is it that you would like? Well, does that match you? Does that not match you? Okay, I could go to that kind of restaurant. I know that they have some Italian dishes at that restaurant. Okay, you might want to come to the Italian restaurant because there might be some really good, amazing salads or gazpacho. No, not gazpacho, but like soups or something like that. You might, not gazpacho. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I learn to live in this new body? How do I learn to live in this new experience? How do I learn to give and take in a relationship now? How am I unlearning my codependent patterns, my toxic patterns with people, triangulation and minimizing, and all of these things that go along with being in a codependent relationship that is unconscious. Now that you're conscious, it's almost like, oh, I don't know how long my arms are. I don't know, what I'm supposed to be doing here, or how to be. So the other person that you're dealing with can be, I feel like there might be two air signs here. Gemini, Libra, and this is the Aquarian card here. This is the Aquarius. So all y'all are represented here. You could be dealing with another Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or a Leo. So this person that you're dealing with is a little bit blind to what they're doing that is making things a little painful for you, all right? That is not balanced. That's what needs to happen. I feel like you both need to learn how to balance, learn how long your arms are, learn difference between wants and needs, okay? Because I do feel like as you get confident and you move into a new relationship, this can be very confusing. Seven of Cups. This can be something that you're like, I am lion, hear me roar, right? I am woman, hear me roar. I have overcome something. It's been awful. Also Sag here too. I'm seeing Sag. So you can start out, okay, on this new path being very confident and being very excited about the new path. And then there can be some things that knock you down, and you're like, wait a second, I thought that this was supposed to be healthier. I thought that me not having codependent patterns, or me not acting that way, or me not, bringing toxicity into relationships was healthy. Yeah, but it's a learned skill. Okay, it's a learned skill. So you're going to have to learn how to do this. Page of Pentacles, learn something new. You've chosen to get more balanced. Now bring some balance to it. You've chosen to get out of those. Now you're way over on the other side. Now you need to come back into balance. Okay? So you could also be with somebody who, if you're not getting your needs met through yourself or through this relationship, you can then fall into toxic patterns the other way. I know. Yucky. Okay. So let's see where we go here. I am going to look at Leo, Sag. I'm looking at another air sign. Let's see where we go. So the links to the classes are below. Links to the extended for this are below. Link to Patreon if you want to see that over the weekend. The August readings will be posted over the weekend. All right, my darling. See you there.